Hello. Can y'all hear me? Hello, Miss Sandy and Michelle and Tracy and Miss Dawn. Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? I actually have a camera working. The camera was working last time, but my husband said I had to turn my computer off and turn it back on again. I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Because there's a solid state something or other in there." Hello, Tammy. He said, "There's a solid state something or other in there that has to be turned off and turned on and let rest." I'm like, "What computer needs to rest? Are you crazy?" But he said, "Yours does." I'm like, "Oh, all right, whatever." So he's the genius. I'm not. So it worked. I did that, but then I didn't have any sound. So I lost my speaker at the same time. Now I've got to mess around with it till I can find the speaker. Yeah, we have some good news and bad news, and in between news and other news. What's behind me is from Diamond Painting Factory. It was I've done it over a year ago, and it's actually it looks like a Josephine Wall type of hello Anita Josephine Wall type of painting. So that's where that's from. I tried to replace some of the drills with like a glaze, like a candy drill. But they were a little too see-through, and they were slightly bigger than the other rounds. So in places I had trouble with them. But it gives it a nice shine to it. Not that you can really see it in this thing. I've been making snowflakes. I had a kit somebody gave me from a yard sale, and now they're tangled. Not good. And these are just like dumb little snowflake things. But since my classroom is going to be igloo, I'm going to be making a lot of snowflakes to hang from this giant ceiling. And I got 2 kits from Temu. Tammy. Sounds like you've got some difficulty elsewhere, but I'll leave that go. There were several different patterns to these. They are double-sided. They're from Temu. They're kind of the same. And I want to polyacrylic them yet. I want to make them nice and solid. And then these will go to the kids. These will be, the kids can choose which ones they want when we take the igloo down. We're going to be taking the aquarium down within the next, I don't know, next week or two, since we are now past Halloween. Well, we will be past Halloween shortly. So then we were going to do the igloo. And I asked him today, I said, what have you thought of to make this into, an ice palace type thing? And somebody said, oh, well, we need to get a disco ball so the lights fling around. And I'm like, oh, well, all right, maybe we can get a little disco light. I think they even have one in their decorations somewhere that I can borrow from something. So there are plenty of these. I got a whole bunch of white ones and white crystal ones that are coming and should be delivered in the next couple days. So I'll be getting a lot more of those done, and they can take a couple of them home. So soon we'll be taking down the aquarium, and they'll get shells, and they'll get. I'm trying to make the paint gems. The paint gems creatures. These are the two I got done so far, and I have the little frames, the 4x5 frames to stick them in. So they can each have one of those. These are 4x6. They're from the dollar store. So I'm going to put, they can each have a framed sea creature, paint gem sea creature when I'm all done. So that's what I've been up to, other than making cookies. We have done several Christmas cookies already. Every week we do 2 more Christmas cookies. And let's see. Oh, there is still a tag on here. I was wondering why I got a blurry spot. My thing. What? Oh, tomorrow we're making the almond pressed trees. We call them trees, the almond pressed trees. We have to decorate a lot. We were going to make them today, but we had to move them till tomorrow. I thought my dentist appointment was tomorrow, Thursday, but it's actually tomorrow. So I had to change that to November. So I'm going to have to put up another month with my weird tooth, my broken teeth, which is not fun. But things have been going good in the class, even with the child that gives me the most agita. He's been okay too this week. He got a good talking to by his mom and by the administrator, and I get a new helper tomorrow too, so I should have more help in the classroom. You guys can still hear me, right? You guys, Anita and Tammy think alike. They've been putting up the announcements side by side here. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Sandy, how are you doing tonight? Dawn, how are you doing tonight? What are you all drinking? And Miss Tracy? My Miss Tracy? Oh, good. Thank you, Trace. I got my Burger King Dr. Pepper. Thank you, Michelle. What you all drinking? So I know that oh, pink lemonade, very nice. I know that everybody complains that they get Christmas out so early. I've been doing Christmas cookies for 4 weeks now. Pepsi, nothing ever changed that. And I know Gemma were here, she'd say tea. Hot tea. Resting this cool redder here has me tired. You know, our classroom was so cold tonight. I wanted a hot coffee so bad. 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow. Pulmonologist, cardiologist, get clearance for my surgery on November 5th. That's right. Oh, drinking sweet tea. Sandy, our prayers go with you next week. I voted today, so I put my pre-vote in the Dropbox today, so I don't have to think about that for November 5th. But I don't think maybe I will be on next week. I'm not sure. Did the UK change the time? We're going to be changing the time over the weekend, right? We're going to be falling backwards. So we turn our clocks backwards an hour. most of us. So, oh Lord, that means Bible study will be at 8 in the morning instead of 9. Oh boy. Not this weekend, but next weekend with Australia. UK did already? Oh, so maybe by next week we'll be back in sync then. We don't know. Sandy says she has more wax and small trays. No, Sandy, but thank you. Thank you for offering. You got the message from Gemma? Did I not look at my messages? Nope, didn't get anything from Gemma. If you haven't checked it out yet, and if it won't, you know, okay, if it won't be a spoiler for you, go over and check Gemma's channel out. And she's got she opened the whole advent calendar from Diamond Painting Deutschland, which we both found to be the best advent calendar. And oh yeah, I wanted to see if I could show you. Did I? We got dressed up for Halloween on Friday night last week. And I don't see that mine came over, so hang on a second. Yesterday, my friend and I were supposed to go down to Philadelphia for the Obama and Bruce Springsteen rally. And they didn't give us the directions as to where it was going to be until 2:30 in the morning. So we didn't go. Unfortunately. Oh, phooey. I didn't get the pictures from Mom. That's why I don't have them. Well, booger. All right, maybe next time. Next week I'll have to show them to you. Mom took some pictures of me in the outfit that I wore. Let's see. Michelle watched that? Okay. You wish that they would leave daylight savings time alone. Yeah, sometimes I feel that way too, but I'm better on the fallback one than the forward. I'm no good in the spring. I'm much better in the fall. Because you get that extra 1 hour sleep and everything seems to start at the right time then. Yeah, $38 for shipping was pretty much for that. I just like I went to yeah, I would have replaced some of the stuff too, Tammy. In the Deutschland one, there was a couple things I would change too. It was a really nice kit. It's better than you get from any other kit. I mean, the amount of stuff, the amount of actual projects you get from Deutschland is so much better than any of the other kits by far. So that's what we've kind of decided. And the one from, is it All That Zest? Add More Zest? That's a good one too. You know, too good of a time change at all. or fruit fly. Um, okay, so the good news is things are going good in my class, and things are um, working out okay. The mediocre news was I'm not getting my teeth fixed until another month. The bad news is one among us, a good friend of mine from childhood, Miss Tracy, and she had given me permission to say this. She learned this week that she has early onset Alzheimer's. And my heart is with her as she thinks about um, how she's going to make this year the best year ever. She hasn't had the easiest life. She's married to her childhood sweetheart right now, although that wasn't always the case. And I just want everybody to keep Tracy in your prayers and keep her family in your prayers. Her daughter, her grandchild, her husband, all those who are going to be surrounding her at this time. If she lived closer, I'd be with her more often, but she seems to love, West Virginia. So, oh well. I think I would too. It's a beautiful place. Um, but maybe we'll get a chance to meet up sometime this year. I hope so. Um, Sandy, that's a good idea. Getting people at the senior center interested in diamond painting. That sounds like a fun idea. Always looking for something new. You're planning more trips up to PA this year? Oh, good, Trace. We got to sit around the lunch table at one point with everybody. I'm hoping we can do that again. Yeah. Many prayers from Tammy. We're all praying for you, Trace. The thing is, it's hard for any of us to know how much time any of us has left. And it's good we don't know what's coming. It's good any of us don't know what's coming. The good and the bad. Because it would make us a lot more worried and nervous and upset than we are. Some are given the gift or the I don't know if you can even call it a gift to know that they've got a certain amount of time to make the most of. And that's the position Trace is in right now. I didn't mean to bum everybody out, but I really did want to make sure that we funnel our prayers toward Tracy. And I thank you all for your kindness and your prayers for her. So I'm interested in, does anybody know, there are a couple people from the South who are on our list that I haven't heard from, um, who may have been involved in the hurricanes that came through. Yeah, yeah. Trace makes a good point. I'm going to put this up on the thing. Public service announcement. You can't ever assume you're too young for Alzheimer's. Get your memory checked if you're not sure. If you're having more trouble than you think you are, if you lose track of time, it's not a matter of losing your car keys so much as it is forgetting what the car keys are for, or things that you've done all your life that are just, you don't even have a second thought about them, but all of a sudden you have to think your way through it. It's worth getting it checked, especially if you have others in your family close to you who have had trouble with Alzheimer's. So please do get your memory checked. She had a PET scan that confirmed hers. Some doctors are reluctant to do it, but if you have any questions at all, insist on it. Insist the best you can. Let's see. Let me see here. What am I missing? Yeah, they didn't have. Anybody else working on Christmas already? Yeah, you just never know. It's really early, Tammy. Not yet, Michelle. You don't start your Christmas till December 1. Oh my goodness, I would be so far behind. Yes and no. I at least think about it at this time, and I check out sales and stuff, and if I don't go out of my way to like say, okay, this is my budget, this is how many I'll get, gifts I'll get a week or whatever. Christmas cookie starts, and it used to be that I used to be in choir, and that would start in October, and so we'd be singing Christmas anthems from October 1. So I'd always be thinking about it, but my mom found a really nice Christmas tree for the shore. They went to yard sales the other weekend that they were down there and found a nice, nice lit Christmas tree for $3 at a yard sale. So, yeah, Christmas planning for that. Ah, ooh, that sounds wonderful, Anita. That'll get you in the mood. Did anybody get any good diamond paintings from anyone as a gift? I would imagine. Oh, okay, Sandy. That's good. Might want to catch up in the chat a little bit. Yeah, the 24th. Oh, well, that's okay. Um, if you're making things, October, November are generally the months you want to make things. If you're making stuff for people. Any of your diamond paintings you're making for anybody else? No buy till next month. Well, that's an awfully good way to go about it. Secret Santa in Phoenix Fantasy Diamond Painting Group. That sounds like fun. Anybody want to do a Secret Santa? Go over to the Phoenix Fantasy Facebook group. You can shop for yourself, but we do that all year long, honey. People don't get me any because they know I have too much already. They know my place is too full of everything else. Right now, I'd um, experiences. I want to go places and do things with people. We want to go down. We still want to go down and see a friend of ours. You have 2 diamond paintings done for Christmas gift. Great. Eiffel Tower and London Bridge. Nice. Nice. I am so sorry. I'm like yawning here. You have 138 canvases and a few on the way that you want. Well, that's great. You are one of the luckiest people, Michelle. You win lots of stuff. An FP. He's in Dubai. An FP. An FP. Finger painting. I don't know. I'm still working on that knitted Afghan. I got 5 big panels done. And the panels all have this cable going down through the center. Then on each side, there's a short panel and a wide panel of 2 different colors. And then it's the opposite way beyond that. So that's one panel. And each panel has a different knit pattern in it. So I've got 5 big blocks like that done. And the 6th one is getting mailed out this week, I think. So I should get number 6 with that. You would be really overwhelmed with that many canvases. Well, there was a time when Michelle had 3 or 4 at a time. She's worked up to 138 canvases this year. Anita, does it have to be for the Secret Santa? Does it have to be a certain size? Because that would be fun. What a beautiful pen last Friday night. Wow, that's cool, Tammy. You have 12 rows done on a crochet pot, queen size blanket. That's a big blanket. I figured, Tam. 138 not started. I get it. That's what I figured. I probably have several hundred. Not horrible. I have several hundred that are the flat small ones, and then a couple, maybe about another 100 in the box upstairs. It's way too many. So I have plenty to share. We're doing Amazon wish list. Oh, okay. Minimum is 20 to 25 with text. That's cool. I designed my own pattern for it. Neat, Sandy. You'll have to put that up on the site. I love to see what people are up to. I have 10 or 15. I just look at them and I think, how am I going to do these? 10 or 15? That's nothing, sweet pea. You have 1 whip till next month. For those who know me well, that is not normal. No, you usually have 5 going at the same time. 5 whips going at the same time. Tracy was working on a wedding dress for her daughter. She was working on getting the pattern made for a wedding dress for her daughter. That's what she's doing. I'm going to finish the paint with diamonds. I'm finishing up the butterfly for that. I'm going to do a lot of more of the snowflakes when they come in, probably the next couple days. I'm going to finish up these sea creatures. October was a long month. It's a nice month, so I don't mind it being long. Now, this stupid caffeine's going to keep me up all night. I have to mix 2 batches of cookies before I go to bed, too. Yep. Try to take a picture of it next week. Okay. Thursday's your anniversary. Congratulations. Wednesday, all hospital appointments. Maybe you can do it on Saturday. Okay. Yeah, we'd love to see some of the wedding dress that Tracy's making. For sure. Because she's got all that heirloom sewing stitching she wants to do on it. And you just got to take your time, Trace. You just got to take your time and say, what may not work one day might work the next day. You don't know. Right? October was 7 whips and wiped out 6 of them. Oh, right. Tracy is in chat. She was. There she is. I'm destashing a lot my accumulated hoard over the winter. Not much did I have any, though. It was handy to take to the hospital during my last day. Now, Trace, send some of it up to PA. Bring some of it up to PA when you're done. I'll put to use whatever you want to throw my way. Maybe I can give you something to recoup for that, but this year I'm going to buy 2 diamond painting related items. Wrap them in December. I would have a different gift a day to open. Only 2? You mean 24? Yeah, Tracy's hubby is retired from the National Guard. This is true. This is true. Where is X? I won't send you back with anything, I promise. Oh, 2 a month every for 12 months. I get it. Now I got it. Now I got it, Anita. I have a lot I could destash, but no, Trace, I won't. I'll put to good use, and I'll think about you every time I use the stuff. And I will get my crazy quilt made. I will. I have the books of all the stitches, and I have, boxes of pieces here and there I haven't cut, and I'm going to ask your advice on how to start one too, because I got 3 different ways sitting that I have to decide between, and I'm not sure which way to go. So we'll have to talk. Now I know there's a. Oh, that is an X. I need the X. You typed in the military, but. Yeah, that happens. UV. UV. And I'm looking for the colors for this. Oh. UVN. Oh, there's a U. There's the V. Now I need an N. somewhere. So I know you guys don't want to talk about politics, so I'll avoid that. It's heavily on my mind at the moment, but I'll avoid it. And yeah, there is a W in there, and there's an umbrella thing. I was telling the kids a whole lot of jokes, of really awful riddles, that Halloween riddles last week I should say. So one was, what is a ghost's favorite cookies? What is a ghost's favorite cookies? Anybody know? Don't look it up. Anybody know what a ghost's favorite cookies is? I know there's a lag. I know there's a chat lag, but I will try to come on next week, even though it is voting day. I will try to come on next week because blueberry, no, close. I need to make some videos for Katie to help her learn that. So, oh yes, that would be awesome, Trace. That would be absolutely awesome. If you want to, you can put them up on my I like that, Dawn. Butterscotch cookies. Actually, it's Ghoul Scout cookies. Trace, if you want, I could put your videos up on the YouTube channel, so that you'd be teaching more than just Katie or me. I'd love to do that, since I have been woefully bad at putting my own videos up lately. I do apologize for that. I have plenty in the can. I just haven't edited any. I'm terrible at that right now. What? Oh, okay. Let me check. Let me check. Oh, you might have sent it to the. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, I love those. Okay, I'll show it to y'all. Hold on. Like, I'd have to brush my hair to make it. Trace, you can do that. The doll in the picture actually talks. I want to show you guys. This is what Sandy just sent us. Gorgeous! Look how beautiful that crocheting is. Sandy, you are amazing. It is just gorgeous. My grandmother's, my great aunts and my grandmother used to crochet like that. Really, really cool pattern. So beautiful. Here we go. Whoops. You don't want to see my Facebook page. It is. It's gorgeous. The doll actually talks. It wasn't a chatty Cathy, was it, Sandy? I can do a little bit of crocheting, but when I was trying to do a granny square that was supposed to be this big, it came out like big and floppy. I can do a single or double crochet edge, like on the edging of a something I knit, but I was never really great at um never really great. What you is that in here? Yeah, you is in it. Okay. Oh dear, that's unusual. Love by it. And she says I'm hungry. Oh, for Pete's sake. That would be really annoying, Sandy. I wish we had a way growing up that my mom and grandmothers could have taught how to crochet and embroider. Yeah, I know. Mine did kinda. They taught me everything I know, but there was a lot that I didn't catch from them too. Of course, they spent most of their days or most of their evenings doing that. After their work was done, they could sit and crochet or sew or do whatever for hours, and our lives don't kind of work like that. God laughs and sings and snores when she sleeps. So she is possessed? Ah, I don't. I love knitting. Because usually when you make a mistake in knitting, you can just take that one stitch down and go back and fix it and pull it back up. Where in crocheting, you have to rip, 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 rip the whole thing out again. And I make too many mistakes. Well, I used to anyway. My great grandmother taught me two things: how to sew on a button and hem. She told me these are the two most important things a girl needed to know. Well, battery operated with a sensor. I have no idea how old she is. Oh my gosh, Sandy. So every time you come in the room, or the light changes or something, she does something. That would be kind of creepy to have around. Although for a little girl, I'm sure they would love it. Not my cuppa. Your mom knitted. Oh my. I got started on a seahorse here. Paint Gem's seahorse. And I can't find my little light pad that are just perfect for these 4x6s. It's somewhere. Just can't put my hands on it right now. Oh man. Here we go. I bet she did. I bet she did. I asked the kids how they would turn the room into an igloo. And one of them wants, like I said, one of them wants me to get the disco ball and, put all kinds of crystal stuff up. One wants to bring their blow up snowman. I'm like, okay, we can do that. Another one wants penguins and polar bears. So, well, do you have any stuffed? No. So I'm telling them to bring their penguins and polar bears to put in the classroom. Another one wants to make a pile of pretend snowballs. I have a feeling I know why. And actually, it's probably the same reason I wanted to do it. Um, so that one day when they're almost done their half an hour reading, I'll start chucking them around the room. You sent me a video on the doll. Okay, cool. Then they said they wanted to get styrofoam blocks and make the blocks around the room, make them look like an igloo. I thought that was an interesting idea. Oh boy. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, but I will try to do this. Okay, this is what Sandy sent me. I'm not sure if you can hear it.
Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
Itsy Bitsy Spider song.
Do you want to sing a song or play a game?
Cool. Let's sing a song or play a game. And this is the other picture. Oh my goodness. I have a vintage one like that. Is she a do you know what she is? Like if you look the back of her neck, does she have an imprint as to what company she was from? Uh-huh. She looks like one of the old German dolls. Yeah, I love that too. Tammy wants to know how old the doll is, Sandy. No, she's not a chatty Cathy. How old which doll is? I don't know. I don't know. She reminds me of a chatty Cathy, the one that talks. Not so sure. V? I didn't know Chatty Cathy snored though. Did she? Does she snore? I'll have to look. I'd much rather be doing this tonight than making Christmas cookie batches, but I have to do that tonight. I don't think I can just do it in the morning, although I probably could. Because it can't be hard. Probably do it in the morning. I stopped by and asked for 2 bags of salad when I ordered from Giant, and they only gave me 1 bag of salad. I'm like, oh, great. And that's for tomorrow. You want the cookies, you just don't want to bake. I Can't see what's on her neck. No visible markings. The eyes open and closed. The other one is over 80 years old. Yeah, the one that's the oldest one should have a marking somewhere. If it's not right on her neck, it's on the like between the shoulder blades. It should be. Especially since the eyes are still open and close well. It should still be a good one. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm with you, Dawn. A really, really moist devil's food cake with a sweet, sweet white icing. That's what I like. Dark chocolate with sweet white icing, almost like an Oreo cookie. I can always eat that. You're getting me hungry. Some dolls have it on the bottom of their foot. I'm not so sure. I've never seen that. The older ones, the older German ones that are the bisque like that, are definitely in the back of the neck. And hers reminds me of one of the German ones that my mom and my aunt used to collect a few. You have no stove to make anything, Anita? Are you remodeling or had a blow up or something? Bruise. Brues. Look at those cakes. You have deep chocolate cake, and then you have that sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh, those were whoopie pies. Those were whoopie pies. We make them. Let me see. I'll look that up in my mom's book. It looks like an SUV, a big letter S, but a UV something. It's hard to see. I'll show everybody so that they know what I'm looking at. Or is that a 5? Is that a 5 or an S? It is a German bisque. I can tell that easily. 5. I don't know if that's a U. I'll ask my mom because she's the one who did a lot of the research on the dolls. And then I'll get back to you, Sandy. Uh, just no stove. Well, boogers. Looks like an S. 3V4 maybe. And like I said, I'll ask my mom. She did more research than I. She should know. Or she'll know where to find out anyway. My mother-in-law used to repaint the faces on them. She had a friend who would fix them, would fix all kinds of dolls, fix the inside of their heads, the eyes from rolling around and everything. And my mother-in-law, since she was a watercolor artist, she would repaint some of the faces to their natural, to their original looks, which was really sweet. I did not get my mother-in-law's doll because my brother-in-law claimed it. Not claimed it, but I'm not sure if he tried to sell it with the stuff, with the household stuff. And I know I didn't mail it home. There's all kinds of stuff that I wish I would have been able to bring back from my in-laws that there was no way we could mail it home or send it home. Come on. And then where would I put it? Using two devices and my iPad is behind. It's funny, weird. Well, there is a little bit of a lag. And if one signed into YouTube and one signed into StreamYard, then it's going to be weird. It's going to be different. I'm doing a seahorse right now. You? Oh, both are YouTubes? Okay. I guess you would be. I guess it just depends then on how fast your devices are. How fast they connect to the internet and pull it down. This coral is pretty. It's like a pink coral. I didn't expect that. One of the girls will like that. iPad always lags. Started watching this one guy who's in court and on a traffic violation, and he takes it all the way to a jury trial. And he's a sovereign citizen, so he's trying to put all these nonsense motions in, and then as soon as the judge doesn't agree with him, he's like, I'm gonna um, appeal, and judge says that's your right, and he tries to argue with everything that the judge like rules, and you can't argue with my rulings. You can appeal them, but you can't argue with them. So this guy's like going crazy, and this judge is really really kind and explaining why his his motions are crap, why they're full of bull. But he's not he's not buying it. He thinks he's right, and he's not listening to um advice, and he's even got a lawyer sitting next to him to help him out, and he's not taking the lawyer's advice, and oh, what a nutcase. So I don't understand. These sovereign citizens have these um crazy notions that just because the flag is trimmed in gold fringe means it's automatically a military trial, and it's like, what are you talking about? And that they can they can cite the Declaration of Independence and stuff from the Constitution and stuff that has been ruled over many, many, many times. And but they think the oldest documents are the right ones and the new documents are not the right ones. And oh boy, it's just crazy watching some of the sovereign citizens. If you haven't seen any videos, look up SOVCIT, sovereign citizens. And the law courts are full of them, and it's so crazy. And they try to get out of all kinds of traffic stops, saying, "I have the right to travel," and they say, "I'm traveling, not driving." Well, you can travel anywhere you want on foot or by horse and buggy or whatever, but you can't drive without a license. You can't drive without registration. It's always over the driving things. You know, and most often on these traffic stops, when they don't want to get out of the car and talk to the officers, it's because they have a warrant or something where they know they don't have their license with them, and they try to get out of paying what the rest of us normal Americans have to pay. Okay. Well, hello, Gemma. Hello, Miss Gemma. We were talking about the change in times, that you had your fall back already. We have our fall back this coming weekend. So next week we'll be back on schedule. We'll be back at the right time again. That will be convenient. We were talking that we saw your a couple of us saw your unboxing video of the advent calendar. So we're all thinking about more about advent. And well, we used to. We used to the last week in October as well. But for some reason they changed it. Last year I think they changed things. Don't know why. Don't know who makes those decisions around here, but we just look at the calendar and do what it tells us. Next week I might still be on. So that it's a new one to do, debating doing it on a live. You got an advent calendar from Temu? I didn't get any from Temu this year. I just got hot chocolate ones and chocolate ones and tea ones. I got like crafts from around the world, small crafts, and each one you open up a little craft from a different country and create it. So, and then I bought little diamond painting ornaments that are mugs of hot chocolates and stuff. I'm going to be doing them. That's what I'm going to be doing this Advent. I think I'm getting some of my energy back. I'm not sure. I still have a real lack of energy. But I just wasn't going to spend what I spent in previous years. I don't have it. All right, now which one do I start with? Is that a U or an O? I don't know. Oh. One thing I wish they would do is if the color is going to be dark, put a white letter on it. Because, oh, I need a Y. I have a YT, YTIH. And I need that weird one that I can't tell what it was. Okay. I mean, some of them are, but some of them are not. And this is really annoying. No, it's darker than that one. It's not pink. And a different chocolate one this year. It's a Tony's one. Cool. Tony's one. Guess that might work. Is that an R? I don't know. I have one. Mine's a Godiva. I got the Godiva truffles. I couldn't resist it. So I'm gonna have a Godiva truffle to eat every day. That's my Christmas present to myself. Search for Tony's Advent Calendar. Google it. It'll come up. Okay. Oh, that could be the one. Oh, which one is it? Is it an R or is it a Q? I can't tell. Oh dear. It doesn't look like an R. Oh well. Okay. Put the R away. Oh, I know, I'm bad. I still got to get the mandatory Cadbury's one. Of course, Gemma. That and a hot chocolate or a tea. I mean, something to munch on while I'm making stuff. I got the kids. It's like a fake Lego advent calendar. I think I got them from Temu. Maybe I got them from Amazon. But they're it's like a Christmas tree, like a big Lego Christmas tree, and then you put the little things on the tree. You make it put little things on the tree. Oh my goodness. Does he? Does he have to be up that early to get back to work? How many hours does he have to work, hon? Oh my goodness. Couldn't. Whoops. This is kind of cute. the little coral in front of it is colors in pinks, and the actual seahorse is made out of coral colors, which is really interesting. One of the girls will love this. She asked me to see seahorses on the videos that I put on. Still what? You have to leave at 9 a.m. for doctor's appointments. He only gets up at 2:30 a.m. He has to work at least 8 hours tomorrow. Oh, wow. Well, I hope he gets enough rest too. What does he do, Sandy? What kind of work does he do? My husband's an engineer. And the other day, yesterday morning, I was going to tell you, my friend and I were going to go down to Philadelphia to a rally, and they didn't tell us the direction where we were supposed to go until like 2:30 in the morning. And at that point, I had to research SEPTA railway and how to get down there. And I don't mind driving in Philly if I know there's going to be parking and easy parking and that. So I was going to pick her up, go to Norristown, take the railway down, and then it was at Temple. And like I said, I didn't know till like 2:30 in the morning. So we decided we were still gonna try and make it. So by about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, Mark's just getting to work, and he calls me and says that he ran over a deer on the way to work yesterday, and there was smoke coming out from underneath the engine, and it smells like cooking venison. I'm like, oh great. Apparently, a truck had hit it, and it slid across the road, and then my husband hit it, didn't see it or didn't have time to move away from it, and hit it. And the Challengers have a very low to the ground profile, so that Chally really bounced over top of it and got messed up. So when he got to work, he called the insurance company after he called me, and the insurance company had it towed. So my daughter had to go up yesterday and pick him up from work at the end of the day, and I'm waiting to hear back on how the car is, or is it totaled, or what's going to go on. But at least he had a second car he could drive. Hobby Lobby has food Christmas ornaments. Well, that goes well with any one of our chat shows. Still waiting on my last time I sat at the airport for nearly 2 weeks. Oh, Gemma. Did you get it yet? 6 to 7:30. Grocery store produce. Wow, 14 hours. Holy Hannah. You love Hobby Lobby. Yeah. I like them as a company, except that I don't know, they have some strange employment practices. But other than that, they're an okay company. I just wish they would not discriminate with who they hire. I had to order from Amazon will most probably arrive Friday. Oh, the day after. Did I work out the price adjustment for what? I don't have a Hobby Lobby really close by, so I don't go shopping there anyway. For Temu. No, I didn't. I never did work that out. I mean, sometimes it says, "Oh, stuff is on sale," or whatever, or something you had in your cart is a lower price, but I don't usually leave things in my cart. I usually, like, purchase them right when I've got them in my cart, because then it'll say there's only so many left and all that. And I know you and Michelle say I, can take advantage of, like, the lower price thing, but I'm still not know how to do that. I guess that's an okay one. It's small. So it gives you credit if your purchase arrives late. Yeah, you can check your orders for as well for price. How do I do that? How do I check my orders for price adjustments? That's what I don't know. Started retired from his job also. He took early because yeah. Which fortunately you are no longer battling. Am I right? Yeah, we get a $5 adjustment if it's late. I still have to check. Order that has already gone through. What for an order, like, is it between the time you order it and the time you get it, or is it any time after you've ordered it? If the price has changed, like, it can't be. It can't be like any time. I don't know. I'll have to go back and read. I'll try to read the rules or something. Try to find it. Okay, that would help. You're so good with technology too, man. Oh, I'm getting working on the seahorse now. Cute little seahorse. Select your account. Select orders. Then select order. Then if there is a price adjustment, it will show up on that page. Up to 30 days after the order. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I see a track. A view receipt. Oh, there's the price adjustment. Oh, I see. So you have to look at each item and see if there's a price adjustment button on it. Okay. I'll check them because because I don't know. I order pretty much from them before I order from more expensive place. I definitely do that. Okay, I will do that. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. I'll go back and check it today because I may still have some. If there's any there. You get the credit instantly. I like that idea. I don't have anything I want to order from them right now. I am trying not to buy anything right now. But I can, the credit stays on your account until you use it. So I don't have to use it instantly. Total refund was $1.14. Yeah. You check several times for one order. Oh, okay. Well, I will do that. I will have to do that. Oh, my shoulder is starting to burn. I get the pain in my shoulder just burns. I know Michelle does that too. She's often said that she does. Yeah. Wow. That's a nice credit. That's worth it for sure. Oh. Okay. Still a fruit fly in here. I thought I got him. Sorry, tonight isn't one of my high energy nights. It would have been even worse had I been cookie baking today. But next week, like I said, is election day, and we will be doing our A piece, is our painted cookies, and that's the longest day. That takes the longest, and we are the most like detail oriented on those because, like I said, we're painting them. We roll them out, cut them, and paint them. Tomorrow is a big detail day too because we do the pressed cookies, and sometimes the presses work, sometimes they don't. Um, we often have to do that a number of times, and then when we get them out right, then we decorate them with sprinkles or whatever. We, make little gingerbread men out of some of them, or we decorate the Christmas trees or the wreaths, and we kind of make them festive. With next week's cookie, the painted cookies, we have this ugly cookie contest. We name an ugly cookie because inevitably we paint something that looks. We try something different. We try to be creative, and one of them comes out like horrible. you know, like we all have our favorites. Like I do the mangers every year. I paint the mangers every year, and my mom will do the Santa Clauses because she does all kinds of stuff in the backpack, and What was the problem with my camera last week? Well, I wish I could bring you some cookies. I can get a tray of some. I've already eaten the peanut butter balls. Sorry. Um, let's see. Next week I'll show you some. The camera problem was that for some reason, my computer needed to be rebooted. I don't like to turn my computer off. So I just hide the tabs and I put it to sleep. But I don't like to like close everything down and turn it off. But Mark says, "Oh, you've got a solid state, whatever it is in there, and it needs some time to cool down and rest before you start it up again." So apparently, part of the problem with the camera was not the camera wasn't bad. The computer just wasn't recognizing it. So I turned it off, left it off overnight, and by the next morning it was fine. And then after that, then my speaker went out. So, and my computer does not have a really good speaker in it. So I can barely hear, like if I'm watching YouTubes on it or whatever, I can barely hear them. So I will have to shut everything down, let it rest and reboot, and hopefully my speaker will be connected right again. I don't know. So once in a while the computers go crazy. They just say they need a vacation or something. You know, it's that old IT joke. You know, when they call IT with computer problems, the first question is, "Well, did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?" And my smart aleck husband always asks me that. It's like, "Don't you think I know that already?" But apparently I didn't do it. Yeah, it was annoying for me because I could have been on last week. I could have been with you guys last week and just so frustrating. But it could have been worse. No, it could have been worse. At least I didn't have to go out and buy something new to replace it. You got a long weekend. Oh, nice. Nice. You're gonna have a nice weekend. You gonna do stuff with your nephews? Or are you gonna take some time to relax? I have Thursday off from teaching, but that's the only day we get off. I need a few more of those. Every once in a while, this computer, through its weird sound system, makes a noise. And it sounds spooky. It sounds like, oh, taking them out to feed the squirrels. Have a good day, Gemma. It sounds spooky. It sounds like I don't know if you've ever watched the ghost shows, and they have like spirit boxes or whatever they call them, and it sounds like somebody is speaking through just through the ether, through the radio thing. And that's what every once in a while this computer sounds like. It's like really, really weird. Night, Gemma. So when I first started hearing it, it creeped me out. But then I figured, ghosts in the machine, right? Ghosts in the machine. Just ignoring it. It does that every time I get a notification, like a glitch, like and there's little beeps from your email account or whatever that you got another notification coming in. That's when it does it. So I figured it's something like that. Did y'all fall asleep yet? Did I put you to sleep? My low energy day today. My granddaughter's depression index went down so much since the summer. We are all like, we're all so happy about it. We're all like dancing over it. It went from like a 7 down to a 2. So, whatever we were doing with the summer, her summer soccer, and with the Boys and Girls Club that she's in on now, keep getting knocked out of your iPad. You can multitask. I know you can, my love. Good. Good, good. Um, yeah, her depression index went down so much, so we're rejoicing over that. Um, that was part of the good news. I know. It's just so awesome. She's been making friends, and uh, she really looks forward to going to the Boys and Girls Club. She made friends with one of the other girls that's there in the big kid class, and uh, I often see them chatting away together or, walking off together somewhere. So I'm so glad she made another friend. She deserves it. She really does. She really does. She's a good kid. And she's been talking to me more. Like, it's just so nice getting to have more time with her and talking with her nearly every day. Um, I don't get to be that closely a part of her life. Otherwise, busy people. Busy people. It does help her a lot. Yep. Glad her self-esteem went up. Yeah. Aw. Well, she knows she can confide in me, and I'm trying to get her mom to take care of a few things that Crystal needs done, but hasn't. Her mother's been ignoring, so I'm gonna take care of some of that. Well, I get her a snack at Wawa before we go, because I know I used to be hungry after school. Long day of school, long time since lunch. Some of these kids have lunch at 10:30 in the morning. It's crazy. So I get her a snack, and then we go in, and they have snacks there too. But you know, and she's so polite. She always says, "Thank you, Grandma," and she's a good kid. When she's home, she has her ferret hung around her shoulder or in her like sweatshirt hoodie. Carries her ferret around everywhere at home. That's her buddy. That's her bud. Tomorrow I'm supposed to get an assistant, a dedicated assistant who stays in the room with me. Yay! So hopefully we'll get along. Hopefully she'll be a good part of the team. And she finally passed all her background checks and all that kind of stuff. Did all her testing, and the boys react better with a guy with more male energy in the classroom, but I'm hoping with two of us there, things will remain as good as they are this week. Um, After the riot act was read to the one young gentleman who I've been having problems with, his parents got involved. He's been good this week. He's been himself, but he's been normal, good. Not disrespectful or anything. He's been just doing it. Um, so I'm hoping it stays that way for a good long time to come. I think we just had to have that head to head. And when he realized he wasn't going to be getting his way, that it's still going to work, that he's not in charge in the classroom. And when he finally realized that, I think, now we can get down to work. My little grandson has lunch later this year, so he doesn't require a snack all the time, which helps monitoring health. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. And it's good for him too. It's good for the whole class in that we're getting things done quicker because I don't have to stop and interrupt and make corrections to his behavior. I don't have to stop the whole class doing what they need to do. So if he's not interrupting as much, the whole class gets more of my attention, which is what's supposed to happen. And he gets just enough to get his work done the same way everybody else does. So, it's much more even. And I'm much happier. I'm much happier when I don't have to argue with the little kid all the time. Little narcissistic fifth grader. I have 11. He's smart. He's really smart, and that's part of it. Um, And part of it is that his behavior used to, like, when my son was ODD, oppositional defiant, with his ADHD, it would really trigger me. I would feel angry, I would feel helpless, I would feel, um, like, taken advantage of, that kind of thing. So, I went and when I had my therapist appointment, and I asked her, I said, "I wanna be totally professional here. I wanna take my own emotions out of the equation. So, this is what I'm feeling when this happens." And we worked through it, best strategies. Um, and that evening was the big to do, where he decided he was going to do Minecraft on his computer instead of reading. And when I caught him doing that, that's when he got written up. And finally, his parents were talked to about his behavior, his ongoing behavior. I know one of the days he called me a fake teacher, and my supervisor had to say, "No, she's the only real teacher here. She's the only one here that has a teaching certificate for real." Because I worked as a substitute in the junior high and high school for a while. So I'm, you know, I'm hoping he doesn't grow up that way, but by this time, I had 13 in my class to start. The girl that gave me the most problems yeeted herself out of the class within the first week when threw something. She threw a ruler, a sharp ruler, across the classroom. And so that's like, anything that could hurt another child, definite no no. So she was gone after the first week. Then this young man, so that went down to 12. And I had one leave because of a problem that her brother had. It was mostly her brother's problem in the gym room, and the mother took both of the kids out of the program. I didn't really want to lose her, but what can you do? Um, but the therapist said that narcissism is one of the hardest things, and if it becomes sociopathic, their personality is already set in stone by this time, and there really isn't any changing them. And for me, I mean, I agree with her scientifically, but in my heart, there's always hope, especially for a child. And she's trying to help me be realistic and dissuade me from that so that I don't think I'm going to be the one that changes him or whatever. I said, no, I don't think that. But, I don't think that my problems with him are completely over. I'm not naive enough to think that that was the last time I'd have a problem with him. But for now, I'm taking a win. Um, but I really want to believe that there's hope for every child. There's hope for with the right interventions that something can happen for this child. He really doesn't consider anybody else's feelings or attitudes. He has one friend, but they're always like acting up together. But the other friend knuckles down, gets his work done, and then you can mess around, you know? But this young man will do anything to get out of doing any work at all, including pestering everybody at his table and keeping them from working. But anyway, I'm just so glad that this week we've had a attitude adjustment. You think a fake teacher is funny? Go no contact. Now, oh, definitely, Dawn. An adult narcissist, definitely. Yeah, and don't elect one to be president again. Okay, had to say it. Void of empathy and compassion for others. That's definitely a sociopath. Definitely. And it's their language is transactional. Like, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. And that's like their language for how the world works. So they will use you. They will, lie and twist and sneak and do things behind your back. Um, hopefully you don't notice. And when you do, oh, I was just doing this. No, no, you weren't. That's the kind of problems I was having with this kid. And, then he'd get this SEG on his face when he thought he pulled one over on you. And it was just too infuriating. So, yeah, gaslighting is one way. Definitely. I remember growing up, we had a kid that used to go around and tell everyone they had fake boobs. I wish. Tammy, I wish I had some fake boobs. I don't need them now. Well, they could use a lift. It is sad for the kids because you really want the best for them. And when you see someone with a personality like that, you wonder, number one, what made them that way? What happened in their life or didn't happen in their life that they needed that brought them to that point. It's usually early infancy type stuff. And it's extremely sad. And the fact that sometimes the attitudes are locked in for life. Um, and they can't be changed because if they don't know, if that need wasn't met as an infant, how is it ever going to get met? Um, like some of the kids that came over from, they were adopted from the Soviet Union when they had orphanages where they weren't attended to, and from a super young age, they just didn't get any attention at all. So they had no way of knowing how to act or be in real life. So when they got older, they were just really violent kids, and they had no empathy, no ability to regulate their emotions at all because they were never given the opportunity for that part of their brain to develop correctly. So, and that's the hard part. Lots of the rest of your brain could keep on growing, but we all get stunted here and there because of our background growing up if we're missing something. But most of us can, when we go to the psychologist or whatever, and we can work with it. And if you have a Christian therapist or whatever, you can do some faith imagination, and have your spiritual leader, your spiritual guide, have Christ come into that situation with you, and help you heal that in the, as if you're going through it again. I do that a lot in spiritual direction, and it feels miraculous. Yeah, Orphan Blackthorn. Um, and it feels miraculous. But if that part of your brain was never turned on as early as infancy, it can't be changed. It didn't develop. It atrophied. It's gone. It's not there. Ta-da! Isn't she cute? See, the coral is pink, and and that is coral colors. The seahorse is coral colors. It's cute. Now I have 3 done for the kids. I have 4 boys. Out of the 11, I have 4 boys. And 2 of them are nudges. And one is very, very passive. He's my newest boy. He is really behind. He's mostly a Spanish speaker. He must be fairly new to the country because he's really behind in math and reading. And I'm helping him create sentences. He'll tell me what he wants, like, about what he read. I have them read for 30 minutes silently, and then they all have to write 2 sentences or so about what they read. And this young man, I have to, he tells me what he wants to write, and I tell him how to spell the words, how to write the words down. Or I write the word down for him or show him the word in what he was reading, and then he'll write it in his sentence. So he's having a hard time understanding all of the English directions. So he gets different math pages, he gets different English reading books to read, and then I work on comprehension with him more often. But he's very, very quiet. And the other one is very, very loud, but he is a fun loud. He's an ADD. He's just goofy. he's active, but I'm used to ADD. My son was. A lot of his friends were just plain ADD. I get it. ADHD. He just has the wiggles, the ants in the pants. He just can't sit still, or I have to keep telling him to stop drumming on the desk, or, refocus, get back to what you're, refocus. He's sweet. He's really sweet. And he draws cartoons, these monsters and dinosaurs and crazy imaginative figures everywhere. It's just so much fun that way. Those are my 4 boys. I have 4 girls who are so close to each other. They whisper behind their books. They pretend they're reading, but they're really like talking to each other behind their book. So I have to keep separating them and moving them around. And so yeah. Well, I guess. Whoop! It's been 2 hours, guys. Time's up. I'm gonna yeet myself off of the internet right now. I'm gonna go wash some dishes and make another one of these tonight, maybe 2 more. We shall see. Okay. So, Tracy, I love you. Let me know when you're coming up to Pennsylvania next. I'm going to be out in York with a friend this weekend. Off to bed. Long day tomorrow. That's an early night for you, Michelle. Early night for you tonight, Michelle. All right, everybody. I love you. Get a good night's sleep. Go vote. And I will see you, hopefully, I will see you next week. All right? Yep. Remember to hit your thumbs up on the way out. Love you guys. Okay, you guys. Love, luck, and lollipops. Mwah. Bye.